So as we start going from single family to support, to double family support, to double family support and a side hustle, there's some things that you should know about starting a business before you actually do. So these are just some business loops that I myself and people I know have fallen into, not fully understanding the system. So in 2016, I started my first business, and I had worked in, I'd worked in a corporate business for years. And for 7 of those, I was a seamstress working on wedding gowns. And then I had an opportunity where I could start my own business with a full schedule of clients. But I didn't know anything about starting a business. I knew how to run a business, but I didn't know how to start a business. So I just went in, and unfortunately there were some places that I should have done better. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a little bit of a roadmap for somebody who is getting ready to make that launch. So for starters, your business name. So do you need to file for a fictitious business name? Well, if you want to put your name in the title, you won't have to. But not just your first name. You have to have your last name. You don't even need your first name. So my business was C. Parker Design. I couldn't call it Connie Design. I could call it Parker Design. But if you're going to have anything outside of that, you do need to file for a fictitious business name. And if you're in real estate, there are some different things about real estate as well. So even if you have your last name in it, you may still need to file for a fictitious business name. They're working under broker usually. Anyways, there's some different things. And all of this is California. I'm in California, so I'm just telling you what I know about California. There's also certain words that you cannot have in your business name. So my coaching business is Vibrational Healing with Connie Lynn Parker, but I can't have healing in my business title. So the government just knows me as Connie Lynn, Coaching with Connie Lynn Parker. So you definitely need to do a little bit of research, and you can't get too broad. Like I said, you can't put anything healing, anything like that, because they'll come after you. And I'm getting ready to launch another business, which is a milling business, which is going to be Tiny Lumber Co. Definitely going to need a fictitious business name for that. So research what you need if you're not going to have your last name in it. And it's really just to pay your taxes. And you can use your social security number if you're just a sole prop with your last name in the title. But it's really easy just to get an EIN from the IRS. So all of that stuff is pretty simple to do. And also, even if you are going to be working this business out of your home, you need to get business insurance. I faltered on this hard. So I was doing, I had my seamstress business. I was working out of my home. And when my home burned down, I went to claim some of the machinery that I had. So I had a $10,000 quilting machine. I had a $1,000 sewing machine. I had a $200 pressing system. And when I went to claim it on my insurance, they told me I need to refer to my business or insurance because they weren't paying out for that. And unfortunately, I didn't have separate business insurance. I only had home insurance. So that kicked me in the butt a little bit. Big learning there. And depending on what your business is, you're going to need different kinds of insurance. Like, for a small business to be a seamstress, much less insurance than, the tree business. The tree business, we spend thousands of dollars every year on different layers of insurance. And there's also a bit of an issue when it comes to paying your taxes. And this is one of the biggest things that I've seen new business owners do. You take all of you're like, okay, here's all my stuff. You take it to your tax person. You say, okay, here's all the income that I made. I need to pay taxes. And they're like, yeah, okay. You pay your taxes. But you're still missing out on a lot that you should be paying into, because normally you'd be getting a paycheck from somebody and they're going to be taking out the government taxes. You know, you have your Social Security and your medical and all of that. So when you're just paying your income tax, you're not paying into any of those other taxes. And so you have to be really mindful of that. You may even want to set yourself up as an employee. There's some pretty simple programs out there. I just went through this where I was having to take over the payroll, but I didn't know how to file my quarterlies. And so I reached out. Apparently nobody could help me. I needed somebody to babysit me through it. But the universe always provides. And so a really random person actually turned me on to Gusto. Super easy to use, not very expensive, but you might want to consider setting yourself up as an employee so you don't have to deal with the mess. And you may want to pay your taxes quarterly. It's a lot easier, especially as a small business. Make sure that you separate your accounts. You do not want your business account and your personal account to be in one lump sum. You want to make sure that all of your business stuff is separate and it has all of your deductions and all of your income. It's way easier at the end of the year. I would not recommend waiting till the end of the year to try and figure out all of your deductions, put everything in. You want a simple bookkeeping system. You know, something like QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a little expensive, especially if you're just starting out, but there are other options. You just need something very simple. I don't recommend missing this step. And if you don't know how to do this, you just need a little bit of help, because it really sucks when you try to take your stuff to the tax lady and she's like, this is all online paper. I don't feel like sorting this out for you. So simple bookkeeping, you need to know some of that. And so, I mean, how do we even start building a business? You know, it like starts with this small little idea. And for me, a long time ago, it was body products. Like, I loved making body products and I wanted a soap business. So I spent hours researching and formulating and making batches, trying them out. So, you know, you're like, okay, I put a lot of money into it, but I have this product that I love. Okay, so you have a product. It needs packaging. So now you're like, okay, we're gonna figure out some packaging. We're gonna do logos. We're gonna do labels. We're gonna figure out a place in the house where we can store our product at the right temperature. So you're already in it. So you have your product. It is now packaged. Okay, now what do we do with it? So marketing. You got to get yourself out there. People in the world want what you have, but they have to know that you have it. And so maybe you find a platform, something like Etsy. So now you're gonna put your stuff on Etsy. There's gonna be a little bit of a fee just to keep your stuff on there and running. And then after it's sold, they're gonna take their fee. So now we've already got a bunch of money into product, and we don't have anything coming in for it. And it's pretty common for a business to take at least 2 years to really get up and going and profitable. So you really have to plan ahead for that. And you need to keep aside about 25 to 35% of your profit in order to make sure at the end of the year, you're not doing dishes for the government. which this is such, it's just, they make it so hard for us, right? We have money in our product. We have money in marketing. We have spent hours and hours on research on all these different levels. It's just not that easy. So when we are paying somebody for handmade items, we have to understand that there's so much that goes into this. And if we can cut corners a little bit and spend our money with each other instead of, the big box, we're all going to be contributing to the collective instead of outside of it. And, I feel like this is where we're going as a society anyways. I know a ton of people since COVID, they're working on their side hustle. We learned that oh, we can go out and we can just do our own thing. We're going to work from home, but I've got a little extra time. So I do know there's a lot of people out there, but we have to stay on the up and up with the government. And here we go, one step at a time. So I hope that you don't get stuck in the loopholes like I did. It all just takes a while to learn. So there it is. That's what I got. Love you guys.